Hey you guys, hope you're doing great. Thanks for taking a look at this. I'm sitting in Gavin's room. He's got his little fort over here where he loves to kind of hole up and play and have fun by himself. And he'll pull all his toys in there. And he's got his train under here under the bed that he pulls out. And his fort's just kind of his special spot for him where he has a blast. He can kind of get away from everybody else and only be him and whoever he wants in here. And just wanted to let you know about a couple things. First of all, this Sunday we're starting a new Christmas series in worship, and Andy's going to be kicking that off with part one called A Christmas Story. And the idea behind it is that when the angels showed up, everybody thought they were going to be delivering this scary, bad news. And instead they said, we've come that we might bring good news of great joy for the whole world. And I don't know if you've got those friends or if you've ever felt like if God were to show up in your life, that it would be scary, bad news. Or that the news that God's bringing that is good news when Jesus is born and Jesus coming into our lives isn't really for the whole world. Maybe you've got those friends that feel like unless you're in the club, unless you're in the church fort, then it isn't really all that good or isn't really that fun for them, and that they can't really be a part of that or experience that joy. And Andy's going to be talking about how Jesus is coming is great news, and it's joyful, and it is for everybody, for the whole world. And so I want to challenge you this week especially. Would you do something? Would you find somebody, a friend, a neighbor, a classmate, the person you work with who might not think that God being in their life is all that great, that maybe God is going to bring bad stuff, or that God's going to keep them from having joy or great times if God comes into their life, or they think if they're not in the fort that is the church, or they think the church is this little fort of people holed up and away from everything, if they're not a part of it, then they can't have the great joy. And would you invite them to church this week? Because I believe that this message and this series that we're starting is an incredible opportunity, is the perfect message and the perfect series to make that invitation. So I want to challenge you to call that person, drop that family an email and say, would you meet me this Sunday at church? Our church is starting a new Christmas series. We're going to have all the Christmas music and Christmas decorations up, and the kids programs that are going on are all kind of centered around Christmas. And make that invitation to them and invite them to come and worship with you at either the 9 or the 10:30, and then maybe go out and grab brunch with them or grab lunch with them afterwards. And I just want to encourage you to do that. The second one is that Christmas Eve is coming, and we're having our Christmas Eve worship service for the second time, a not-so-silent night, and we'll be concluding this whole series on that evening, and I want to invite you to come. Another great opportunity to invite folks. And also, we're going to be running Wamba, but not Upstreet, so Upstreet age kids are all invited to come to worship that night, and we're going to be having Wamba going on, and so would love to have you serve or come be a part of the worship service that evening. And then starting in January, we're going to be moving to our brand new schedule in the brand new auditorium, and so we are so excited about that. But one of the things that it means in family ministry is that we need a handful of new volunteers to be Upstreet leaders. We're moving Upstreet and Wamba to be on a rotation of twice a month that you serve. And Wamba is set for volunteers in that department right now, but we need a handful of volunteers to be small group leaders and work on the production side of things twice a month in Upstreet. So if you know anybody or that sounds like fun to you, would you let me know, get in contact with me, and maybe we can talk about who those folks are and a great way to invite them to be a part of that. And so that will all start the first Sunday in January. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you know what a joy you are to me and what great news you are to me, and how that great news and that joy that you all bring to Wamba and to Upstreet and to Leadership Room isn't just for us and for those of us in the clubhouse, so to speak, but that we want to be an outpost in our community. We don't want to hole up in a little fort, but we want to step out into this world, and what you do in Wamba and Upstreet week in and week out is to provide a place that is wide open for everybody to come. And so I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for your open hands and your open heart and your willingness to serve and love those who feel far from God as we lead people into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. So thank you. Have a great week. Don't forget, make that invitation to folks to come to church this weekend, because I believe that they will hear great news of wonderful joy that is for the whole world in Jesus Christ. Talk to you soon. Bye.